that's when you see more treacherous acts of violence, more innocent people getting killed is because of the drugs. And that's why I say the drug dealers are sorcerers. You feel me? Because a spell was
Pharmakida means sorcery.
exact, point blank period. And then in ancient times, a curse was used to cause affliction through a disease or a virus. That's why a curse has cures. The same word, just the letters is scrambled. But a spell was caused through addiction, drugs or addiction. Spells are meant to control people. Curses are meant to cause affliction through disease and virus. Spells, drugs, and addiction. So it's like, that's why I say, like, drug dealers are, like, when I see these dope fiends walking around, this motherfuckers nodding off and mid walk, I already know somebody put a root on them. Somebody put it's somebody in this community doing voodoo. You feel
Look,
me? Witches,
look,
cause
listen.
like crack it. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
That's a lot of times we taught in the church to cast a spell on ourselves.
In modern
So
times, we say the
when you see
spell
the
is a
people like
spell.
that, right? A lot of times you see people like that, the ego of who they perceive they are, they put a spell on them to keep them from being a total tyrant. So they
Mm,
use those drugs as the way to maintain that control of that beast.
definitely, and it's
That's
making
why they.
niggas
That's why they
docile.
took. Look. That's why they took all the more militant motherfuckers off heroin and
Yeah,
gave
and
them
then
crack.
and look how they dressing now. You feel me? These niggas wearing skinny jeans with some big ass boots, big ass shoes on. You feel me? With skinny jeans, and it's like, gee, you can tell like the drugs that people doing now is demasculating men. You feel me? It's taking away their they testosterone and it's putting more estrogen in them. And you can tell by the
But that's
mentality of
cultural.
these
That's
niggas.
cultural, and then they also feeding a lot of estrogen in the water, right?
Yep.
They got estrogen in the water. They got estrogen in the cows and make them produce more milk, right? So you're getting overloaded with estrogen. Then if you're feeding any soy products to a boy, you increasing spike in estrogen. And any bodybuilder tell you that if you're going to be using a steroid, which is a testosterone booster, that you have to have a estrogen blocker in order to not the testosterone not to turn into estrogen, because the estrogen causes in high doses it causes the organs to start to deteriorate, right?
Mm.
Um,
I think somebody got a question for you. They say is Enlil still locked away?
and Leo not on Earth, and Leo been gone. Yeah, they just to say grow titties. They call that bitch tent in the workout world. And they're using those steroids and also give them acne from hell. But you gotta have an estrogen blocker or them steroids to tear your organs up. Let me see. I ain't got no room to look down on nobody. I've been at the bottom my whole life.
Let me see. Yeah, we got more questions. Let me see. Prince ass funny as hell. Oh damn shit. He delete. Oh damn. Let me try to pull it up.
Look, this is a known. Uh, if you know a shaman, okay, if I knew was to return, would you? No, I knew. Don't give two shits what we do on Earth, long as it don't affect Nibiru. The agreement that the Earth made with Nibiru was every 3,600 years they get a quantity of gold to sustain the atmosphere, and they'll give us whatever new technologies that they encounter in return for that. And all of Inky and Inlet kids, Marduk, they all have to leave. They can't stay here. Inky kids was worked in harmony with the earth, but Enlil and his kids, with all of this shit you see going on now to fuck us over, they had to leave. Inky, about a year ago, Inky came with a contingent and was given permission by the Andromeda beings, who was the ones stationed on the outside of Pluto, to come in and retrieve mining technology, which is they people. The mining technology is they mining supervisors, they Lulu Amalu handlers. So when they go, the Earthborn, we have to raise in vibration and frequency so that when we inherit the Earth, that we don't let nobody else come in and trick us and take this bitch over again.
Man. Hey,
Inky knew.
so like if we, like you said, so we in a contract that we gotta pay. You feel me, motherfucker? The higher ups, certain amount of atomic gold, basically. You feel me? Every 3,600 years. So that would mean, and every 3,600 years they would keep updating our technology. So that would mean, Joe, then it's a being or a race of beings that's on this, that's been on this motherfucker for thousands of years. Over, you feel me, like 3,600 years because they every cycle like that.
Yeah,
So we got a
yeah, they've been here for a while. They came when Atlantis was here. Atlantis was its own species of human. And when you see the people that they got in Antarctica, when they finally showed the motherfuckers, you see what I'm talking about. Their arms and legs are skinny and longer than ours, right? And they don't look as mammalian as us, but they don't quite look reptilian either. They look more like some kind of amphibian. But these motherfuckers psychic dynamos. Our psychic abilities will come back online in time over the next couple generations. But these motherfuckers so out cold that if they was nefarious beings, that psychic ability, they can make us pretty much do what they want because we haven't developed. It's like a baby
yeah,
learning to walk.
yep, exactly, exactly. Not hey, that shit deep because like if it's like so when we done with the star constellation, you feel me? I mean the Andromeda galaxy, you feel me? So this where the insectoids, you feel me, come from. So these motherfuckers like highly intelligent too. That's why I was trying to ask you like the other day, like if we was to encounter, you know, one of these extraterrestrials, you feel me, like how will we know which ones the hostile ones and which ones is not? Somebody asked, do they have many of our people off world as slaves?
They got different worlds with different species of human on them.
I would
Humans is not always slaves. Some planets there's no such thing as a slave.
I
Other planets is a straight motherfucking work camp.
I wouldn't. That's why I was saying like I wouldn't even say like you feel me like they got us. Their intentions is to enslave us. You feel me? Because if
They
they
use it
need
for survival purposes.
if they can do they if they are these highly powerful beings, you feel me? They got all these psychic abilities. What do they need us to do anything for them for? You
They
feel me?
lazy.
I feel like it's if they was, you feel me? If they do need us, it'll be for a more, you know, divine purpose. You feel me?
Look,
Maybe some type of
they
genetics
first
or,
needed us because they was lazy and they didn't want to do the work themselves.
but they got mental powers though.
Right. So
So they,
they use a mental power to create something that was gonna do the work for them.
man, it's deep. So I mean, and I'm definitely familiar with the scriptures. You feel me? And then you know my at least you feel me. The Anunnaki came from Nibiru. You feel me? To basically make they they made modern man, you know, which is Homo sapiens sapien. I think they was dealing with a like a Australopithecus or a Homo erectus. They spliced the DNA of a woman, of an ape woman, basically, and the DNA with the blood of the gods. And this is how they upgraded us our consciousness, which is Homo sapiens sapien, modern man. We can work, use tools, problem solve things like this. And they upgraded our consciousness for us to be slaves. I understand it, but it's like when we dealing with these highly developed beings, you feel me? Do they really need us to slave for them? I think they need us for something else, though. They may need us for DNA purposes. You
We was
feel me?
also entertainment.
Maybe,
This
maybe.
is look, if you really pay attention to Earth. You got every kind of motherfucking shit show you want to see going on Earth. All you gotta do is just watch this shit play out. And you're gonna be sometimes you're gonna laugh, sometimes you're gonna cry, sometimes you're gonna get mad, wanna punch a motherfucker in the face. You know what I'm saying? You can go through all of the experiences you go to a movie to see by watching Earth.
Mm, damn. No, somebody. So we got comments. Zaza, be quiet, bro. So yeah, we got questions, Joe. It's a lot of these. It's a few of these joints. So when we talking about building, I mean bending elements and teaching the kids to do the same. So most of us, you feel me, have had telekinetic experiences, you feel me, in our life. And it happens when we kids. My first telekinetic experience that I can remember, you feel me, I had got suspended from school. Got a phone call from home. You feel me? School called my mom, and I got suspended, so I'm already knowing I'm finna get in trouble. She finna tear that ass up when she get out of work. So I get out the school bus, go in the crib. As soon as I get in the crib, I was mad as hell because I'm thinking she finna be in the house, like screaming and shit. So wasn't nobody in the house though. So I drop my book bag at the door, and I walk in my room, mad as hell, a little ass boy, mad as hell. As soon as I walk into my room, the door slammed behind me. And I know for a fact I ain't pulled that door, but I ain't think of it nothing at that time. You feel me? Because but as I look back on the experiences I had, you feel me? Those were telekinetic experiences. You feel me? When I was in school, when I was in like fourth grade, I used to talk too much. I used to be one of them kids that used to talk a lot. So my teacher always separated my desk. She put my desk up by her desk. You feel me? And I was like facing the chalkboard. My back was against the whole class, so I couldn't talk to nobody. But her desk, it was always a little fan at the desk, and I used to always catch myself staring at it, and it was moving. But soon as I noticed, like soon as I stopped staring at it, it stopped spinning. You feel me? Slowly. You feel me? But it's like everybody just think. I'm pretty sure if you think deeply, you had a telekinetic experience to teach the kids how to tap into their abilities as far as like bending. You know, um, see if they can do it, without even telling them, like, I'm gonna teach you how to practice, how to do telekinesis. Just see if they can do it. Just put a light object, start with a light object, a piece of paper, maybe a feather, a piece of toilet paper, something very light, and just tell them to try to move that without touching it. You feel me? Try to move and see if they can do it. It's a lot of things we can, a lot of practices that we can do on a daily basis that enhance our, psychic abilities as far as telekinesis. But I mean, if you got any advice on that, definitely go ahead, bro.
See, the first thing is you gotta tell the child to remove the limitation is the first step. And you remove the limitation by telling them that they can develop the skill, but they have to develop it and it takes time and practice. The more
Hmm.
practice you put in, right? So then you have to start teaching them the mechanics of bending, right? Air
Exactly.
bending, water bending, fire bending. But when they understand the mechanics of one, they can begin to understand the mechanics of another one, right? So the first thing is to first practice removing the limitation from the mental part by telling them that it's a process that don't happen overnight. It takes
Exactly.
practice and persistence. The child will understand it, but we don't want to tell them to do nothing that requires persistence because that's creating a strong character trait, and it goes
Exactly.
contrary to the social ego development.
Definitely. I mean, I definitely would definitely agree, man. And it's just, the child gonna do it, naturally. If it are some of us, you feel me, most of us have had experiences and shit, man. And it'd be deep, like, and now that I look at it, you feel me, it'd be because I didn't walked outside, you feel me, and a bag was floating, you feel me, and then as soon as I stopped looking at it, you feel me, that motherfucker just stopped. And it'd be like little weird shit. It'd be like little subtle shit that you don't even think that's like, you feel me, like, yo, that's you all the time. You feel me? So I mean, as far as like telekinesis, I would say, I mean, like if our bending, when we dealing with bending, you feel me? These abilities are psychic. These are psychic abilities. Like the way I teach it, you feel me? It's visualization in the beginning. You have to see the object moving. you feel me, how you want it to move. You have to see the object move. Now, you raise your intention. You feel me? While you raising your intention, the mind must become void of thought. And this is why telekinesis is so hard, because it's very hard for us to quiet the mind down, because the mind is always thinking. If you have that much mind control where you can shut the mind off and become blank minded while keeping the intention raised, you have to keep the intention but lose the thought. Become the mind must become void. And if you raise your intention, that object will move. You practice this shit, you feel me, you get better and better at it. Start with light objects, then graduate to heavy objects. You feel me? But it's a lot of shit, you feel me? Like bro said, it's practice, consistent. There's people, the people I train with, you feel me, Joe, they've been practicing for 10, 15 plus years, almost 20 years, and they very strong. They pulling way heavier objects than me. I look like I'm doing something over here. But when y'all see what I'm training, when you feel these motherfuckers pulling way heavier objects, and they've been practicing way longer though. You feel me? If you into that shit, you gonna be practicing, and you probably gonna be like, man, I ain't advancing fast enough. Just be patient, because telekinesis is for those who work hard for it. Any psychic ability. It's for those who work hard for it. You feel me? If you work hard for this, you deserve these psychic abilities. I feel like we ain't supposed to just wake up and know how to do this shit. You feel me? Because a lot of people want these abilities, but they don't want to put in the work, and they don't deserve them. Man, there's people that practice this shit every day, that dedicate a lot of time and energy to this shit, and they advancing highly. They becoming stronger. So, and they absolutely deserve it, though. You feel me?
You gotta also the visualization is so critical to moving the object with the mind, right? But you gotta also remember there's other forms to generate the energy, like palm chakras, right? If the child know he got chakras in his palm, you can use a palm chakra exercise to strengthen your whole aura.
Mm,
You know,
definitely, definitely.
and once you learn how to do it, where you can push pull left right hand energy from one to the other, the stronger you make the field between your hands, the stronger your spirit body. Go back to what we was talking about earlier about the spirit body and astral travel, right? I got a series of exercises that I build on top when I'm doing one-on-one teaching to show people stuff. Like right now, like on here, it's like a lot of stuff. Like I need like the chalkboard, and this is and this is what you see. Going through the steps,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes the know-how is first understanding the mechanics. If you don't know you're supposed to pedal the bike, when you get on it, you're gonna fall
Exactly.
over.
Exactly.
So you understand the mechanics of how the bike works. When they first told me to ride a bike, they say you get on, you sit here, you steer with the handlebars. You got to learn how to balance, but you pedal to move forward. You push backwards to push brakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they put me on the motherfucking bike. You roll my ass down here,
Mm. Mm.
and, and I crashed a
Right.
thousand times before I learned how to ride. But guess what? Didn't nobody ever entertain the idea or the philosophy of some shit called quit.
Mm. Exactly. It
I
ain't
took
no
it
quitters.
took
It
me
ain't
some
none of
years
that.
to learn how to ride a bike.
Hey, so look, guys. So you touched on a very important topic. You feel me? As far as hand chakras, and that's why I'm saying, like, you feel me? Like, when you feel me? Truth is being spoken. You feel me? When it's in alignment with what you already know. So it's like the way we teach. You feel me? Joe, telekinesis. You feel me? When I get one-on-one consultations, I go in depth, and hand chakras. You feel me? A lot of us we can use the hand chakras, but a lot of our hand chakras are blocked. The hand chakra, and we have to reactivate the hand chakras. I teach how to reactivate the hand chakras, and also how to project subtle energy from the hands, because the hands is a conduit for releasing subtle energy. Subtle energy is the energy that can't be measured, but you know it's there because you can feel it. And this is it's in the palm and the fingertips. So, but a lot of us, so in telekinesis, a lot, bro, when if I'm a little rusty and I got a lot on my mind or whatever, I'll be sitting here trying to move an object, and it won't move because my hand chakras is blocked. So a lot of times, you feel me, I do a quick practice, shit. I do a quick practice how to activate the hand chakras, and it's deep because you can use this same practice for healing purposes as well. You feel me, Joe? Motherfucker got sore back or anything. This 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 is subtle energy. How to create subtle energy. I'm pretty sure people know about the chi ball, but I activate the hand chakras, and it's a process. You feel me? It's very quick. What I do is take the thumb, do like that for like 10 times. On each hand. 10 times. If you do it, you'll notice too. Matter of fact, if y'all in the comments, try this. I want you to, I'm finna release your subtle energy. And if you practice with this, you move physical objects without touching them. This is called telekinesis. So 10 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do this for like 10, 15 seconds. 2, 3, 4. What this does, this get the energy flowing, and this ain't no pseudoscience. You're gonna feel the energy in your hand, and you're gonna be like, yo, I know I can utilize this energy. And that go to a different part of you feel me, of the breakdown. So after you do that, you wanna face the palms forward and twist the wrist like this. That's it. After this, do this for like 10 seconds. That's it. I can feel the energy in my hand right now. This is great for healing purposes and telekinesis. It may be great for other things too. You're going to feel a tingling sensation in your hand. All in your palms is going to be like pulsating. You feel me? And your fingertips is going to be tingling. Your palms is going to be pulsating. And this is how you activate the hand chakra. Like my fingertips, they feel like it ain't even like an uncomfortable feeling. It just feel like I know it's energy there. And that energy is subtle energy. So you feel, and then if you want to, you start making your chi ball. Start developing your chi ball. You feel me? However you want to do it, shit. But this is how you activate your hand chakras. And this is like, it's deep, bro. Because if we practice doing taking these prerequisite steps, a motherfucker will be advanced in telekinesis. They'll be at the head of their class. You feel me? But, and that's very important because the way I teach is I got a formula. It's called EIE. Empathy plus EIE equals TK. That's empathy plus intention plus energy equals telekinesis. So empathy plus intention plus energy equals telekinesis. We develop an empathetic connection with the object. This is the visualization process. You feel me, Joe? Before we even start to project the energy or raise the intention. Now we raising the intention, which is the I part. Raise the intention while losing the